So today we're doing the New York Yankees in a rebuild. I already know some of you guys are gonna go, the Yankees don't need a rebuild. What are you doing, the Yankees? There's more teams that need to be done. Guys, we're just switching it up. We're having some fun with it. We're doing the New York Yankees. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what you would change about this Yankees team if you were to do a rebuild with them. Obviously, it's a little bit more of a retool than a rebuild. But with this team, how many contracts have such high salaries? It's going to be a challenge. So of course, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you missed last video, you know where it is. It's up here in the top corner. Go and give it a watch if you did miss it. And of course, all social media links, Twitter, Instagram, that good stuff. It's all in the description. Go and give them a follow if you haven't yet. So let's get into it. No more further ado. No more dragging this out. Let's get into it. The Yankees, man, I've already have some ideas of what we could do to change the team up a little bit. And just kind of worry about this budget, because let's talk about that thing first, because that's kind of tight already. You know, you see that and you're like, yikes, that's a lot of money invested. You know, Garrett Cole, the new addition. Tanaka's potentially going to leave in free agency. J-Hap, whatever he wants to be called by, we're gonna call him J-Hap. But then we got Chapman, Stanton, Britton, Paxton, Gardner, LeMahieu, Hicks, Ottavino, Severino, Judge. Just big names, big contracts, and we got to worry about these two guys right here becoming free agents in year 4, the last year of the rebuild, and we may not be able to afford them if we keep some of these other players on the payroll. We got to be smart about our money. We got to take a look at the team, see who we could keep, who we could get rid of. Do we try to bring in younger names? Do we try to just bring in different names? What are we going to do? Cole, Severino, Paxton, Tanaka, Montgomery, Hap. You got Davy Garcia as well, who I think I need to keep him in AAA for another season, but we'll have to see. You got Clark Schmidt here as well, Loaiziga, Contreras, Medina, Vizcaino. You've got some names, definitely got some names to look forward to. You look at the bullpen, aging players like Ottavino and Britton. We could probably get a little bit younger to help out, and then you got Chapman as well. I think the big thing here is let's try to find a replacement for Paxton. Let's try to find a replacement for Hap so that we can just get rid of them and get something in return before we let them walk in free agency. And then catcher, as long as Gary does well, we'll keep him there. Luke Voit, same thing. If he does well, we'll keep him. And then second base, one of the best in baseball, LeMahieu, Andujar, and Urshela at third. One of them is going to be DH, probably going to be Andujar. Glaber at short, you know, he's making the claim for being one of the best shortstops in baseball. Stanton left, and Tauchman, the Sockman, obviously as a backup. You got Burt Gradner and Aaron Hicks. Probably going to be a one and done for Gardner. What do we do with that afterwards? Aaron Hicks is on a big contract as well. We need a true leadoff hitter. None of these guys fit that mold. Probably need someone in return. I mean, I guess he does, but he's going to be a one and done. Florial, Jason Dominguez. I don't know if either of them are going to be ready by the time we need them to be ready. And then, of course, Aaron Judge and Wright. So let's make some changes. I definitely want to get rid of some of these big contracts that we have. And I'll see you guys in a sec. I'm going to pick up Josh Young of the Rangers, a good young prospect that we could potentially use in the team if we have to get rid of some of these like highly expensive players or these high salaried players. So he could potentially sneak in maybe season 3, season 4, and then we're going to have to pick up Sin-Soo Choo in return. I'm getting rid of Tyler Wade, Domingo Herman, and J-Hap to make this happen. Young was the one piece that I wanted. I wanted a young prospect that could potentially come into the team at some point. So that's the trade we're going to do. I'm going to go for 2 lefties. One of them is going to stick in the team, and then the other one's going to go down to AAA most likely. Unless we can find a way to get rid of Zach Britton, since Zach Britton, for some reason, he does well and then he doesn't do well. So we'll have to wait and see, but I do want 2 lefties. I thought about trying to get a really good lefty, and I was looking around trying to think of like, all right, who's a really good lefty that we could add to the bullpen. And I wasn't able to really like think of one that would be. I guess we could go for Aaron Bummer, which would save us some trade, which I guess we could do that, a trade piece. We'll go Zach Granite, Ottavino for Aaron Bummer. There we go. All right, we're going Caleb Ort. We got Rosel Herrera and Aaron Hicks for Jake McGee, Michael Toglia, and Raimel Tapia. The thing is, Michael Toglia looks like a decent hitting first baseman that could potentially hop into the team at some point if we need to. But Raimel Tapia is a lefty bat, which we could use in the lineup a little bit. And then on top of that, he kind of fits a player who potentially could be that leadoff hitter for us. Wow, I struggled through that. Leadoff hitter for us. He's still pretty young. He's going to be a very friendly contract throughout this entire rebuild, and it gets rid of Aaron Hicks' 7-year deal. So there we go. Not a bad pickup. So this is going to be the team for season 1. Not too many changes. Obviously, Chu, didn't really want to bring him in, but we got Josh Young in replace, like as part of that deal as well, I should say. And otherwise, the team looks pretty standard. Raimel Tapia is going to come in versus lefties, since Gardner's atrocious versus lefties. And then the pitching staff is pretty much the same. Jake McGee is going to get sent down to the minors, so he's not going to be part of the team. But Bummer, Britton, Chapman, you got Canely, Holder, Green, Davey Garcia as a long reliever, which I don't know if he's ready, but we're going to throw him into the deep end anyway. So I'm going to take McGee, send him down. I'll see you guys at draft day. All right, so the draft's over. Let's take a look at these picks. I think we did pretty good. We had limited picks. I think the first 2 went really well. Outside of that, I think we're in a little bit of trouble. And the first one was great. 80 or 74 potential, or 74 overall. Matt Owen, he's 19 years old. He's got really good per nines already. He's got 87 potential, and then 89 potential for Oliver Alert 66 overall, 87 potential. Then we got 71 potential, 70 potential, and 74 potential. So the first 2 though, first 2 are good gems. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. I don't normally make trades at the deadline. I need to this time, which is crazy to think about. It's the Yankees. Chad Green is atrocious. I'm talking really bad this season. And to be honest, a lot of our pitchers are doing god awful. So Chad Green's going to be traded for Edgar Santana and Domingo Robles of the Pirates. We're in trouble. Like, we might not make the playoffs. In trouble. So if I told you I didn't make the playoffs, would you believe me? Because we made it, but like it was a little bit closer than it should have been. Like, when I told you we were on the verge of not making the postseason, I wasn't lying. Like, we were very bad. We were not good at all. Like, I don't know what happened with this team, but a lot of players underperformed. I'm going to make crazy trades that are probably going to upset a lot of Yankee fans, but it's got to be done. So you guys can see where we're sitting, or where we are in standings. League leaders: Gleyber Torres for hits and runs, and then Severino for wins. I'm not even going to go through the league leaders. I think it takes too long the more I thought about it. Here we go. JD Martinez, Max Muncy for MVPs. We have Hendricks and Blake Snell for Cy Young. Kepler, Arenado batting title, reliever of the year, Kimbrel, and Clippard. What universe are we in? Rookie of the year, the typical rookie of the year, guys. So here we go. This is what I'm worried about, because I have a feeling some of these guys are going to be pretty bad. Davey Garcia, makes sense. You look at his per nines, they're not great. Probably should have been in AAA the whole season, but we'll work on that. Jonathan Holder was absolutely garbage. Probably going to need to replace him. Like, probably need to. Tommy Canely wasn't great, which is weird because he normally is really good in franchise. Edgar Santana was a good pickup for us. Zach Britton, surprisingly, really solid. Aaron Bummer was good, and then Aroldis Chapman was good as well. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with Canely and Holder. Do we trade them? Do we keep them? Do we let them walk? What do we do? Because if like a quarter of our bullpen's doing garbage, it's not going to be good enough. You look at Garrett Cole, he had a phenomenal season. Love to see it. Severino, is next. Paxton, not terrible. Am I going to bring him back? If he takes a pay cut, maybe. Otherwise, we might have to move that money somewhere else. Severino wasn't as good as I would have hoped. You got Tanaka, who definitely improved it, because at the trade deadline, he was over a 4 ERA with like a 1.35 something whip. So he at least finished off the season pretty well. And then Jordan Montgomery struggled. I don't know what we're going to do with this pitching staff. We definitely need to improve it somehow. I just don't know how we're going to do it without having to pay a crazy amount of money to someone really good. Bench: Burt Gradner, terrible. Talkman, not bad. Sinsu Chu, limited appearances, not going to worry about it. Ionetta, not going to worry about it. Raimel Tapia. I was hoping he was going to pop off. I was hoping he was going to be our leadoff guy. He was going to be that guy for us, and I don't know if he's going to be now. Miguel Andujar had a good year. LeMahieu, pretty similar to what Andujar did. Like, really similar. And then you got Aaron Judge, who did quite well. Stanton did pretty well also. You got Gleyber Torres, who was unbelievable. Luke Voigt, pretty solid season. 23 home runs, 30 doubles. That's good. The OPS is at 837. This is the one that I think is going to upset a lot of people. I think we need to trade Gary Sanchez. I just think we need to. I don't think he's going to produce at a level that we need him to. And when you look at his contract, he becomes a free agent in 2022. He's going to want a lot of money. Let's try to get someone that's going to be cheap, is going to hold the position down, give us at least, maybe closer to a 300 average with a good on base percentage. And then we can let players like Torres, Stanton, Judge, Andujar, LeMahieu potentially stake in the lineup, and we can just build around that core and let Gary Sanchez go. And then Gio Urshela had an okay season. He's another guy that's kind of on my list of probably out the door. So we took a look at our farm system. Josh Young is still at least another season away. And then a couple other guys who I'm like, maybe Estevan Florial could potentially kind of split time with Raimel Tapia. We'll have to figure it out. But we're more worried about what's going on in the postseason. So let's see. It's the first season. If we lose, we lose. But we did win, so that's good. So we're going to take on the winners of the division in the Rays. Hopefully we can get past them as well. And we're about to face elimination, and we get knocked out by the Rays. It's fine. It's season 1. It was a very underwhelming and disappointing season. The Cubs are defeated by the Indians. I mean, I just don't understand what happened with this team. How were they so underwhelming? Like, this was a good team. How are we not winning the division? So I'm going to let everybody in the second row down go. And this is where it gets tough because like James Paxton had a great year. He's going to want 10 million plus a season. Tanaka, probably not going to bring him back. He's usually kind of glitchy in franchise, but I'm going to let him walk. LeMahieu's going to want, a lot of money as well. Do we try to get a shortstop, move Glaber back to second? That's something that could be the move, or try to find another second baseman who's really good. But I think it's best to let them walk, see if we can find similar replacements for cheaper, and just kind of build off the team there. I'm going to find new staff. I'll see you guys at free agency. Arbitration-wise, you guys can see I've offered it to most players here. Not everybody. There's a couple names that I did let go. And then contract-wise, I'm going to offer it to maybe not Mike Ford, but for the most part, everybody else that's kind of in the mix there. So to start season 2, I'm going to go to the Marlins for a couple different players. I want a second base backup, and I also want a new starting pitcher. Loaiziga, Jordan Montgomery, probably not players that I want to keep long term. And then Gio Urshela, I'm just not sold on the guy at third. We have Andujar, I think we'll be fine. I'm going to acquire Caleb Smith and Hassan Diaz for the players that we have on the board. Let's just do it. Next trade I'm going to do is for Franmil Reyes. He's going to be our DH for Mike Ford, Clint Frazier, and Everson Pereira. I didn't mean to back out. I'm going to make that trade, and then we'll look at the lineup. I'm going to trade Jonathan Holder for Jimmy Cordero, and I think that's it for the team. I've looked at trades way too long, and this is the team. You guys can see it. Not too many changes with the pitching staff. Caleb Smith is obviously new. We brought back Paxton and Tanaka. David Garcia is going to be the long reliever. We've got these guys here. I'm going to give Canely one more year. I'm going to hold down with the bullpen. You guys can kind of see we have a couple young guys here. I definitely think will improve as the season goes on. I'm really looking forward to see how quickly this guy can improve, see if we can get him involved. And then pitching wise, I feel like we improved it a little bit, but the lineup's looking really nice as well. We're going to split time with Tapia and Estevan Florial. We brought in Devin Travis. And then, the team offensively looks great. I have a feeling we're going to do a lot better than what we did last year. And then a couple players that we brought in. The only one that is of note is Corey Lee from free agency. Jason Dominguez could potentially hop up at one point. Same with Taglia and Josh Young. But for the most part, I feel like we're in a good spot. I'm thinking about trading Stanton just because his contract is atrocious. And I feel like if we want to keep some of the key players that we have, it's probably best if we get rid of his contract. It's going to go up in price as well. Zach Britton's going to leave, which I'm okay with. But then we have Judge becoming a free agent, Severino becoming a free agent at the same time, along with Gary Sanchez. So, I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to trade Stanton, if not this year, next year for sure. So you can see we're still kind of hovering around $1 million for the budget. I think we're okay for now. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. I'm liking the team. All right, September, and here we go. Look at that team, 107.55, definitely an improvement from last year. And I think the whole improving the bullpen, making the lineup a little bit more dangerous as well, definitely helped. So let's go take a look. The ERA went down as a team. The average jumped up, I think, like 20 points. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. So that's good to see. We're making improvements. And like I said, it was a retool. We just really had to figure out how we were going to keep the budget low, but also try to keep some of the players that work well and get rid of the ones that don't. So I just want to see who we had for league leaders. Fran Mill definitely was a huge improvement to the team, and you can see Garrett Cole had quite a good season also. Awards wise, Garrett Cole was MVP. We have Hank Aaron Award for Fran Mill, 2 Gold Gloves, Cy Young Award, and then of course Delivery Man of the Year. So if you guys didn't notice, I did bring back DJ LeMahieu on a 2-year deal. I decided to do that so that way by the time he becomes a free agent is like when Judge, Sanchez, and a couple other guys do become free agents as well. So at that point, if we decide to let LeMahieu go, we will have that extra money to sign Judge, to sign Gary Sanchez, and a couple other guys who become free agents. So that was kind of my thinking behind it. It seemed like good business, and I think it might work out well for us. So Davy Garcia, not as good as I would have hoped. You know, maybe he'll improve as the seasons go on. But Tommy Kahnle, I'm going to let walk after this year. I decided to give him a one more year as kind of like a rebound season. Didn't really pan out. Edgar Santana's doing great. You got Jimmy Cordero, which was a great addition to the team. He's huge. Holy cow, I didn't realize he was that jacked. Zach Britton was still pretty solid, but I think I'm going to let him walk after this year, save the money, use it somewhere else. Aaron Bummer was great, and same with Aroldis Chapman, who has 1 more year on his deal, so we might bring him back. We might try to find a different closer instead. And then when we look at our starters, Garrett Cole was outstanding. Cy Young for sure. You've got Luis Severino, who was a lot better than what he was last year. You've got James Paxton, who definitely did struggle. It was a 2-year club option, so I may or may not bring him back. Depends on, you know, where our money's at and stuff like that. Tanaka, pretty similar to what he did last year, so as a 4, that's okay. And then Caleb Smith was phenomenal, and we've got him for 1 more season. So looking at some of our younger players, we got Matt Owen, Clark Schmidt, and Roenzi Contreras, which even Nick Nelson, but he's see potential. So like we've got a couple arms that I'm like, okay, maybe they could sneak in season 4, but for right now, I think we're gonna hold off on them. When you look at our bench, Isan Diaz, his hitting stats aren't great, but as a bench bat is looking okay. Esteban Florial split time with Raimel Tapia, and not terrible at all. And then Devin Travis was just a guy signed on I think a 2-year, $2 million deal, nothing crazy. So Raimel Tapia is looking good. Like, yeah, the OPS isn't at 800, but you know what? The on base percentage, the average, the slugging all went up. Great. DJ LeMahieu, similar numbers to what he did last year. Similar. It was okay. Gleyber Torres put up great stats. Let's see. Aaron Judge, again, good season. 31 home runs, 100 RBIs. Miguel Andujar still putting up crazy good numbers. Giancarlo Stanton, really solid. And like I said, I think he's going to be good for the team. It's just with the contract, it's crazy high. And I feel like we've just added Franmil Reyes, who could play left field for us. And he put up even better numbers than what Stanton did. Sanchez is not putting up the numbers I'd like. And then Luke Voigt kind of fell off as well. So maybe for the future, Andujar to first. We try to find a new third baseman. And then move Franmil to left and trade Stanton. That could be the move. You know, we have Josh Young, who could potentially sneak in at third. We have Jason Dominguez, who could compete with Florial and Tapia in the outfield. Corey Lee could potentially play outfield or catcher for us. Ben Ruda, I didn't even mention him, but I think his hitting stats aren't good enough. But like I'm saying, we have some options that could potentially come up. So even Michael Taglia could be that first base or DH for us. We have options. We've really kind of found good prospects that we could bring up, but at the same time kept a lot of our key players. So let's move forward. We're taking on to be determined. It's going to be the Red Sox, and let's see if we can get by them. We do. Thankfully, we're going to go to the A's now. Garrett Cole had a little bit of a rough outing in the first game, it seems like, but let's keep moving forward. Let's get Garrett Cole on the mound for day 1 against the Athletics. We get the win and we sweep them with ease. We're going to be playing the Braves in the World Series. So let's get that situated. So boom, Severino goes there, Paxton and Tanaka. Paxton's having a little bit of a rough postseason. Hopefully can turn it around in the World Series. And we're 1 game away. Okay, we're going to play this one because it is the Game 7 of a World Series. We got to play it. We can't afford to lose this one against the Braves. Obviously, one of the best teams in the NL. One of the best teams in baseball, I would say. And Gary Sanchez is tired. That's okay. We're going to go with our normal team here. And looking at their lineup, Yasiel Puig's a new name. But other than that, it looks like a pretty standard Braves squad. They're up by 1. But Judge, there we go. All rise for Aaron Judge, and we make it a 3-1 ball game. 3-2, 3-3. Severino just doesn't have his stuff today, it seems like. He's looking like a little, just not the same. He had a great year this year, and it's looking like he's just struggling today. So it might be a short outing for Severino. Okay, we'll probably leave it at 5 just because I feel like maybe the bullpen can hold it for us. And even our offense is kind of stalled out after that strong start. It had 3 runs in the first, hasn't been the same since. And okay, maybe here we'll change it. Okay, DJ, come on, I need you, DJ. There we go, tie ball game. And Jimmy Cordero, double play gets us out of it. Judge, singles, Andujar flies out, Stanton, and Franmil. Like, that's a dangerous part of the lineup, and we're really not taking advantage of it. I'm going to take Jimmy Cordero out. I'm going to go to Santana to face a couple righties. Leaves us in a good spot. Sanchez, Voit, and Tapia, 1, 2, 3. And then Santana gets the out. I'm going to go to a lefty, Bummer. Perfect. All right, LeMahieu. Let's see if we can walk it off here for the World Series victory. Aaron Judge strikes out Andujar with the sac fly, and that's how we win the World Series. Whew. We did win it. That's all that matters. It was a little dicey there, but we did get the win. Franmil Reyes, playoff MVP, and Estevan Florial was the World Series MVP. Okay. So what if we go like Tapia in center, Florial in left, because like he's looking like he's developing into a pretty solid player. You know, or Judge, Tapia moves to the bench, Florial in center, Franmil in left, Andujar to first, and then we bring in a new third baseman. Josh Young, I don't think is ready just yet. He could be a backup bat for us, and then maybe even like a DH or something like that. And then we just find a new third baseman and trade Stanton. So that could be the move for us. I think we're in a good spot. I'm really liking the team we're putting together here, and financially we're actually working around it quite well. So let's keep moving forward. I'm gonna let those 2 guys walk. There's no point in picking up any of like those 2 back. We'll bring back Devin Travis. Actually, do we need him? I don't think we need him. I think he's kind of extra for the squad. I mean, Tanaka and Paxton. Maybe let Paxton walk. Let's bring back Tanaka. It's only a $5 million option. It's nothing crazy. I'll decline this option, and we'll let those guys walk and let some of those younger guys come up. And I need to do this. I'll see you guys for the next season. All right, so here we go. Heading into free agency. Arbitration, not Luke Voit, Devin Travis. Those are the only 2 I didn't offer it to. And then when you look at the contracts, I'm going to offer it to everybody. And then, like I said, I'm thinking when you look at the team, we do have Josh Young, we have Michael Toglia. Both of them can move to the bench for us. And then, you know, Franmil left, and I think we're definitely going to trade Stanton. I think it just makes the most sense. I feel like it works out for us. I wasn't even paying attention to this, but what's up with Crazy Eyes Franmil over here giving me some death stares if I don't give him a contract? What kind of nonsense is this, man? That's a little crazy. That's a little freaky. I'm gonna start season 3 off with a trade for Robert Stevenson of Brian Ruda. We're gonna trade him, and then I said I wanted to trade Stanton, and I'm gonna do that in a sec. So let me get that trade done. All right, we're trading for Yoan Moncada. You know him. We're gonna make him our third baseman for the year, and then after this, we're gonna move him back to second base. And you're probably like, well, why would you trade for him if you're gonna move him from third to second? Well, I think LeMahieu's contract is gonna expire. We're not gonna bring him back, so then Moncada can move to second. We can move either Josh Young there or Michael Toglia to first, and then Andujar back to third. Whatever the situation is, we'll be fine. Moncada's contract, $14 million. We're trading Stanton, Domingo Robles, which was the player we got from the Pirates, and then Isan Diaz. I think Isan Diaz could be a good player for the future, but for right now, we need to win now. Yoan Moncada is the guy. Okay, our pitching, it may not be the best, but when you look at this offensive lineup, it is insane. So let's take a look at the pitching first. So Cole, Severino, Caleb Smith, Masahiro Tanaka, and Mike Minor. It's like, okay, it's not terrible. We brought in Mike Minor for a 1 year. Oop, that's not Mike Minor. Mike Minor, 1 year deal. And the reason is this guy looks like he's 100% going to be ready next year. And between him and Davey Garcia, one of those 2 guys is going to be the 5th, right? So Then we got David Garcia, who I'm like, we could sneak him in. We'll see how he does. We picked up Stevenson, Edgar Santana, Jimmy Cordero. We have Hector Neris, was a 2-year option guy that I decided to pick up to kind of fill that spot that we lost. Bummer, and then Chapman. Looking at our prospects, not many good ones to look forward to. We do have Oliver Olette. We have a couple other guys who are kind of slowly developing, but I think we will have to spend a little bit of money when the offseason comes to develop that pitching staff. So this is what I'm excited about, because it is insane. LeMahieu, Moncada, we got Torres, Judge, Andujar, Franmil, Reyes, Sanchez, Tapia, and Michael Toglia, who switching in first baseman. I think that's a good little first baseman for us, or DH for us. I mean, look at this team. It is absolutely insane. I mean, if it was real life, I'd probably let Andujar be the DH, just because Andujar's fielding isn't as good as Taglia's. But this team is unreal. We still have Josh Young, who I think is going to come up next year. That's really the only other bat that I'm like, he could come up. But I mean, when you look at this team's insane. And then, you know, DJ LeMahieu is probably going to go after this year. I don't think it'd be the smartest idea, but like, we got Chapman to worry about, Judge, Severino, Gary Sanchez. Like, there's some names that are becoming free agents very, very soon that we'll have to worry about. So I might let LeMahieu go. I'm thinking about bringing back Judge and Severino. Chapman's still up in the air. And then we definitely have the players that can fill the lineup, you know, Josh Young and things like that. So the team's looking good. I'm actually really happy with what kind of like craziness we've been able to assemble. We're still first in the league, which makes sense. I mean, budget-wise, it's a little scary, but I definitely think we can work around it. Let's get through the season. Let's see if we win back-to-back World Series. If we don't, I'll be mind blown. I'll see you guys at the end of season 3. Alrighty, so another 100-win season in the bags for sure. 105 and 57 taking on the winner of the wild card. We've created a really, really good super team. Andujar had the most hits, and Garrett Cole once again pitched lights out. And then we take a look at awards. DJ LeMahieu and Yoan Moncada with the gold gloves. Garrett Cole with what, back-to-back Cy Youngs, I believe it is now. Yeah, so we're looking solid. I'm like, holy cow. What? Hold on. What? You saw those numbers. You saw what I can do in the MLB. So there we go. Rookie of the year, Carlo Aguila. Okay. Actually had a really good year. And then Julio Rodriguez popped off as well. So we'll take a look at standings, see how things are looking. You know, in the East, we ran away with the division by quite a bit. It was pretty easy for us to win the division this season. And then when we take a look at pitching now, let's see how everything went. Davey Garcia, that's a good season. That's what I'm looking for from him. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Robert Stevenson, okay, yeah, that's good. Edgar Santana, lights out. We've got Hector Neris, who is solid as well. Aaron Bummer, Jimmy Cordero, and Aroldis Chapman. Why was Jimmy Cordero moved? That's weird. I didn't like that. I don't know why he was moved there. We got Garrett Cole, who, like, unbelievable season once again. Luis Severino still putting up really good numbers. Caleb Smith, really good numbers as well. Tanaka, crazy. He definitely would have been in the Cy Young running. And then for a 1-year deal, Mike Minor pitched very well. Matt Owen is definitely coming up next year. I think he's going to be the long reliever. And then Davey Garcia is going to be the guy that we put in the 5 spot, just because the nice stamina that Matt Owen has. But overall, pretty happy with the team. And then let's take a look at our bench. Talkman, Torres, which was a 1-year deal, brought him back to the Yankees. Esteban Florial kind of cooled off this year. Didn't play. I actually played. I mean, I get it. Like Tapia, I put in the lineup against righties because he has better hitting stats than Florial does against righties, and then lefties for Florial, that's why I put Florial in the lefty lineup, Tapia in the righty lineup. So I guess it makes sense. And then Corey Lee came up, got some at-bats, wasn't as good as I would have hoped. LeMahieu put up crazy good numbers, his best season since we started the rebuild. And it's like, we're going to let him go, potentially. Yoan Moncada in the 2 spot, unbelievable season. You've got Glaber, who's putting up solid numbers as well. The average dipped, but the OPS is still at a good spot. The home runs, all that good stuff. Judge, still putting up solid numbers. Andujar is getting better, which is lovely to see. You got Fran Mill, who, yeah, he didn't put up similar numbers to what he did last year, but 34 home runs, almost 100 RBIs, fine. Gary, I need you to do something. Otherwise, I don't think I can keep him. He's just not doing it. And I just don't know who else we could get that would replace Gary. You know what I'm saying? He does become a free agent this year. So maybe there's somebody in free agency that we could pick up. Raimel Tapia, the guy actually had a good year. Yeah, the home runs and RBIs and doubles were the same, but average on base percentage, slugging, and OPS went up. Maybe he's just the starting center fielder. And Michael Toglia, first season, you know what? I'm okay with that. He's going to get better. I'm liking what I'm seeing. We got Josh Young, 75. He could potentially come up next year too. We'll see. We'll see how the whole budget system works, how we're feeling once we get there. So let's see what we do this postseason. Swept the Rangers. Okay. Tanaka's pitching. Let's go. You know what? We can give Tanaka day one. We can give Tanaka day one. And actually, we had plenty of rest. Way too much rest. Tanaka can move back because we should be fine going forward here. So we have plenty of rest in between games, and game 7, really. Game 7 to take on the Mets. Imagine a Mets Yankees World Series. We got to win this one first. So that's, who did I just pick? I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, Severino, definitely. Look at the team. It's looking nice. Let's see how we do against these Indians. And Correa's on the team. Seth Beer. Adley Rutschman. Oh, man, they've made some changes, and they're looking kind of scary. They don't have Lindor, but they did get Correa. So, I mean, that's a pretty good replacement if you are going to lose Lindor. So far, we're down 1. And we're not hitting the ball. There we go. Glubar Torreya is getting that home run, and we got to get out of this. Come on, Sevy. Boom. Tie ball game. We got to do something here, guys. We're looking a little. Seth Beer. Come on, man. I thought we were cool. I thought you weren't gonna do that to me, and we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose this game. Class A. Recently suspended in real life. Okay, DJ. Oh, dude, come on, man. Just not like this. It's gonna be like this. Maybe not. Fran Mill pops out, and then Gary gets us a run. Tapia does not, and that's the icing on the cake there. They just absolutely wiped the floor with us. Let's get into the offseason. The Mets defeat the Indians, and yeah, not good enough. Definitely not good enough. Let's build on this, because I thought we created a crazy good team. Clearly we did not. So we gotta figure something out here. So I'm gonna let Gary walk. I'm gonna bring back the man that is Aaron Judge. Severino, how much do you want? Quite a bit of money. So let's go 4 years with Sevy, and then Chapman too, man. Why is Chapman falling off so much? He had a great season. If that's the case, though, I'm gonna let him walk, and then I'll take. Neris did have a bad postseason, but he had a great regular season. I'm gonna have faith in him. DJ LeMahieu. Do we do one more season with LeMahieu? Yes, we do. He's. Ooh, maybe we don't. We're holding off on LeMahieu. I'm gonna give everybody else the contract there. The staff, I'm gonna just do off camera. Let's see what we can do here. See what's available, and just build off that. I'll add who I need to for the 40-man. Looking at arbitration, I feel like everybody, not Talkman, sorry, Talkman, the Sockman's gonna leave. Actually, we'll bring back Talkman, and then we'll give everybody a contract here. Oh yeah, everybody's getting a contract. And then when we look at the pitching rotation, we did sign Sevy. I'm hoping that Judge signed as well. Okay, we're in a good spot. We're in a very good spot. So we need second base, and what else? What am I? Catcher. Second base, catcher, and 2 starting pitchers and a closer. What's our budget looking like? $4 million? I think I broke the game. Honestly, this might be the best team I've ever assembled. I'm talking This offensive lineup is disgusting. So let's take a look at the pitching first. Let's take a look at the pitching. We got, yeah, I kept it covered on accident. I didn't mean to do that to you. But we got Cole, Severino, Caleb Smith, Tanaka for one more season, and then Davy Garcia. He was available. I was like, you know what? Let's just bring him back. He's been very, very consistent for us. And I feel like as a 4 or 5, he'll be just fine. Matt Owen's going to take over in the long relief spot. And then we got Cordero, Stevenson, Santana, Neris, Bummer. And then we brought in Will Smith on a 2-year deal. No club option. I know. Crazy, right? But we're going to go with him instead. Another lefty is our closer. This time Will Smith instead of Chapman. We got a lot of guys on waivers. That's why we don't have any players in the farm system currently. And look at this. Nice. Moncada, Torres, Judge, Reyes, Wilson Contreras, Andujar, Raimel Tapia, Josh Young, and Michael Taglia. Unbelievable. Holy cow. This is insane. This team is gross. We still have Jason Dominguez, who's a 79, and he just turned 20. So, like, he's definitely coming up. Probably let Tapia go. And then, I mean, holy cow, this team's insane. So, easily first in baseball. We're still sitting around $1 million in budget, which is crazy. The next person to hit free agency is Tanaka, Andujar, Neris, Smith. You definitely have options to replace these guys, so you're set. Financially, you're set until probably Torres hits free agency. Then you definitely got to find a way because it's the same year as Moncada that hits free agency. So, I guess you could let, like, you could find a way to save money for sure. It's just, this team's gross. We're somehow ranked 4th, which I don't get. Like, who is better than us currently in baseball? I wanna know. The Mets. Okay, so let's go take a look. And the Braves. The Mets and the Braves and the Dodgers. So I want to take a look at their squads because somehow they're better than us. So let's go take a look at the Mets. The Braves. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The Mets, where are they? Buxton, Wong, Lindor. Okay. I mean, definitely a pretty solid team. And then the Dodgers. We all know the Dodgers are going to have a stacked team anyways. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty gross too. How has Urshela been since we traded him? Not fantastic. Not fantastic. So we'll take a look at the pitching staffs as well. Might as well while we're doing this. So the Braves. Yeah, it's a pretty good. Okay. And then that's pretty good. Yeah. Not too bad. And then we'll take a look at the Dodgers. Yeah, that's kind of nasty. That's kind of gross. So, okay, we got some competition for sure. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, I need to know how we're not going to be breaking the most wins in a season record because that team should have won like 175 games. I know there's not that many games in a season, but at least we won the division. We won 105, so I shouldn't be complaining. At least we did that, and we didn't like bomb and make it to the wild card or something like that. We're first in baseball where we deserve to be. And when you take a look at the league, did anybody other? Okay, the Dodgers won 100 games, but only one other team? And we weren't ranked first in baseball to start the season? Okay, I think we need to talk at someone at MLB to see who's ranking teams. Garrett Cole, MVP. Josh Young, Rookie of the Year. And then we had 2 Gold Gloves. Franmil Reyes is winning a Gold Glove. Okay, let's calm down. That's 2 MVPs for Garrett Cole, which is, I think, the first time we've had that, where we won 2 MVPs and 1 rebuild. Garrett Cole, Cy Young for 3 straight years. He's been outstanding. And then when you look at some of the other stats, that's the first time Yordan hasn't won an MVP. We've broken records. We're changing the way MLB's franchise is happening. I'm more excited for that than anything else. We didn't allow Yordan to win Rookie of the Year. Or not Rookie of the Year. MVP. Just, you know what I mean. We're actually doing some crazy things here. So, pitching rotation, Matt Owen, yikes. When you look at his hits per 9, that's definitely why. Like, he got rocked up for sure. Stevenson, not as good as I would have hoped. Edgar Santana has been fantastic for us. Jimmy Cordero, the same thing. You've got Hector Neris, who did struggle a bit. Aaron Bummer, fantastic arm for us. And then Will Smith was outstanding. Gotta love it. And then when we take a look at our pitching staff, clearly Garrett Cole has been winning Cy Young and MVP for a reason. Severino, fantastic number 2 in the rotation. Caleb Smith has been solid for us the last 3 seasons. And then Davy Garcia, first full year as a starter. I will take that for my 4. And then Tanaka, fantastic for a 5. Gotta love it. And then when you look at our farm system, we got Contreras, Schmidt, Medina, Nelson, Steven. We got a couple other guys, Michael King. So like we've got a couple other options to look forward to. And then when we take a look at our lineup, it was okay. You know, when we look at our farm system, definitely Jason Dominguez would be a player I'd look to try to bring up next season. And then this is where it matters. We had Yoan Moncada, our leadoff hitter, outstanding. Then you had Glaber right behind him. Whew. Whew. Unbelievable. Aaron Judge is putting up crazy good numbers. Fran Mills putting up stupid numbers. You've got Wilson Contreras, who's having a great year. Andujar still put up really good numbers. Raimel Tapia, not a bad season for him either. Josh Young was rookie of the year. Not rookie of the season, rookie of the year. I mean, it's the same thing. Rookie of the year sounds better. You can see why. And then Michael Toglia, still putting up okay numbers. Would like to see a little bit better, but I definitely can be fine with that when the rest of the team is still putting up like 30 plus home runs a season. So unbelievable season, unbelievable team. Let's see how we finish out the season. Hopefully we can at least make it to a World Series against, oh man, why? Like, what? Why? Well, it's just, I don't get it, man. How do we get put in this situation every single video? No matter what. I don't get it, man. We're the best team in baseball. Like, how is this happening? Thank you, Wilson. You are the man. You are the homie. You're the we're gonna lose, dude. We're gonna lose. Like, yes, Wilson hit a home run, and that's like good luck. Like, we have 2 of my favorite players in baseball on this team. We've got Wilson and Moncada. Wilson's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. He's single-handedly leading us to victory. And dude, I was just talking about my 2 favorite players. We got Moncada and Wilson, and they're the only reason why we have runs this game. So, all right, we're gonna go to our setup guy, Aaron Bummer. That's good to see. And then to close it out, we're gonna go to the man, Will Smith, and yikes, that was a little scary there. I can't be having that. So let's keep moving forward. Let's see how it goes. We gotta win this game. Davey Garcia, no. Garrett Cole, 100%. And let's get some wins. They got Casey Mize. Okay, that's a good acquisition for the Red Sox as Xander Bogaerts goes deep. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, we've got a good team. We're just, what is going on? Like, where's the offense? We've got Wilson as like the only guy who can apparently hit the baseball on this team. Moncada. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's all we needed. It's a 3-2 ball game. Let's not make it 3-. What? Come on. Thank you, Fran Mill, tying up the ball game. Then Andujar gives us the lead back. And I'm going to take out Garrett Cole after this inning. There we go. We get 1 in. And then anything else? No. All right. Garrett Cole's done. People keep telling me to go to my starters. So I'm going to go to my starters. And let's see how it goes. Tanaka. There we go. That's what I like to see. And I'm going to go to the setup guy, Aaron Bummer, because like that's the reason why we have him there. And he gets us out of it. Perfect. Anything going to happen offensively? No. So Will Smith, I need you to come in here and shut the door. There we go. All right, we're 1 game away from advancing where we should be advancing. There's no reason why we shouldn't be advancing. And I'm going to go back to probably Caleb Smith. Nope, Severino. Severino's on the mound for us. I need a good outing. I also need the offense to wake up because for some reason it's like, oh yeah, we're going to wait till the 5th inning to start scoring some runs. Here we go. Moncada brought in a run. Gotta love it. And we're taking on Robbie Ray. We should be smashing Robbie Ray. What is going on? Like, this is not good enough. This is so disappointing to see a crazy stacked team like we have, and we're not scoring any runs. None at all. Anything, please. Come on. 1 run is not enough. Thank you, Moncada. You're the man. There we go. That's all we needed. A sac fly from Wilson. I will take it. It's 3-0. We're going to take out Severino. You guys keep telling me to go to the starting pitching. We're going to go. Oh, it's the 8th. I don't know why I brought in Tanaka. He did the job anyways, which is what I like to see. And in the 9th, we're going to bring in our closer for the 3rd straight day. And Okay, sack fly it up. Let's win this game. Sack fly it up. Let's win this game. Wilson had to do it all. He is the reason why we're gonna win this World Series. I'm calling it right now. Garrett Cole on the mound. Yes, we get the win. Severino can be pushed back one day because he just pitched. Let's go from there. Here we go. We're taking on the Astros, and there we are. World Series against the Dodgers. Whew. I'm gonna put Severino back in the 2 spot, and we should be good. The reason that the Red Sox gave us more trouble than the Astros, I don't understand, but let's finish it off right. And one more game. That's all I need. One more game. That's all I needed. Come on, man. Let's not do this. This is not the time to add more misery to my rebuilds. Severino's on the mound. We're going against the Dodgers. They have so many lefties. I should have went Caleb Smith. I didn't even think about that. Oh no. This is not good. We're going against Julio Urias. And oh boy, I definitely should have went a lefty. 100% should have went a lefty. We're down 1-0. We got first and second. We got to score here. There's no reason why we shouldn't score, and we don't score. And now we're in a little bit of trouble. Bases are loaded. It's 4-0, and we've lost. Like there's nothing we can do about this. I should have went a lefty. I should have remembered that they have a stacked team with nothing but lefties. I am gonna go to a lefty now. I'm gonna go to Caleb Smith. Might as well here in the 6th. And even that's not really working for us. We have 1 hit. Like that's basic. It's not the pitching's fault. Yeah, we allowed 7 runs, but like we're not even getting hits. Like that's why we're doing so bad. We're not even getting hits. We've had 2 hits throughout this entire game. I'll bring in Bummer, but that's just not good enough. No wonder why we're gonna lose this. Like we just no offense at all. Huh? Let's take a look and see how we lost. Back-to-back games, we didn't score a run. Back-to-back games, we did not score a run. That's why we're losing this. We're not scoring. Like, for a team that has the best offense in baseball, we didn't score a run in back-to-back World Series games. That's just not good enough. You guys can see the stats. You guys can see who did well, who did poorly. And that's just... oh, that's so disappointing. That's tough. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Yankees rebuild. We built a super team and only won 1 World Series. That's disappointing. I can't believe that's how it ends. But I hope you did enjoy it. Thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about the rebuild, what you guys would do differently about the rebuild. And that's it. I'm going to leave you guys with 2 videos on screen now, my most recent and also one that YouTube recommends you check out. If you haven't seen either of them, go and give them a watch. And that's it, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.